Okay, parents, just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what the math interactive notebook should look like up to this point. Students are required to bring their notebook to class every day. This year we don't have textbooks, and I know a few parents have questioned me about that. Instead, we are using our interactive notebooks in which students take the notes and then they have homework based on items that they took notes on. In it, their table of contents looks a little bit different as theirs is on regular notebook paper, but they should have a table of contents that which each page is numbered and it has a title. Currently, my table of contents goes to page 15. Some kids are a page or two ahead, and that's okay because they write bigger or they have smaller notebooks. The first page, they've got completed graphs to reference how to set up a graph. The first page in the notebook that was listed on the table of contents, this is what we did day 2 or 3 in school, is ratios, rates, and proportions. They have a foldable on this, and they actually recorded notes in their foldable, and this is what they use to study with, to go back and do practice examples with. If you notice, I give them strips of paper. You'll see that throughout the notebook. We do writing inside of it. We've got written out examples. Ask your son or daughter about their foldable. Theirs should look very similar to what you're seeing here in the video. Okay, and then within class we do practice. Of course, mine's not filled out because they actually do the work, and I demonstrated on the board. But they've got independent practice where they do a couple on their own. We check it in class. This is one type of assignment that we did, a unit rate solve and snip. This was the answer key. I actually give them a strip of the answers. The problems were right here, where they actually were given the word problems. The middle column is for them to show their work, and then they were to glue in their answers. Okay, so their finished product should have looked something like this. Okay, more proportions practice. This was on a different concept that we learned, still within the same unit. They had several different proportions that they were to solve, and they were to show their work in the spaces provided. Okay, they were given a quiz on proportions. It was a very short quiz in which they were to record their answers in their notebook. They were given this quiz paper to review and study with. We went over the correct answers. They were to record that in their notebook along with their score. Okay, they were given a graphic example of how to actually graph a short constructed response on their last test, how to set up a graph, how to solve the problem. Okay, then we moved on to direct variation and constant of proportionality. Okay, they were given some problems and shown up how to set it up and work it out. They were given several graphs to complete. This was actually a homework assignment. Some vocabulary terms. More vocabulary and what they mean, and some written out examples. Okay, and this is what their most recent test was on, and actually they're going to do corrections tomorrow on it. It's constant of proportionality from a table, and then they were also given word problems, and this is the video that I created that actually walked them through it when I was absent. And this is what we actually did today. Is we started a new unit on percents. Notice I got my page numbers labeled. I've given them all the critical vocabulary that's going to be within this unit. And then we set up a foldable today. Their foldable looks very, very similar to this, except for their examples in the center actually have all of their final answers. They were even actually given the direction cards printed off on paper, and all they had to do was glue it in. So when they have homework and they get stuck, they can reference this back and set up. It's just like having a textbook, except for it's student created. And this is what we'll be doing tomorrow. So just kind of want to give you an idea of what the student interactive notebook looks like. This is very important that your son or daughter do keep up with this. It is an awesome reference material for when they do have tests and quizzes, along with extra homework.